Hello and welcome to Welcome Live. Did you know? On August 30, 1963, hotline communication link between the Pentagon in Washington and the Kremlin in Moscow installed. On August 1963, the Moscow-Washington Hotline entered operation, providing a direct link between the Kremlin and the Pentagon. The idea for a direct system of communications between the world's two largest superpowers had been discussed since at least the late 1950s, but became more urgent in the aftermath of the Cuban Missile Crisis. Many officials found that the slow pace at which the existing diplomatic communication system operated had undermined their attempts to reach a peaceful conclusion in the standoff, with messages taking upwards of 6 hours to be delivered. As a result, on 20th June 1963, the Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev and American President John F. Kennedy met in Geneva, where they signed a memorandum of understanding to establish a direct communication link between their governments. The primary route would take messages from Washington to Moscow via a 16,000-kilometer cable route passing through London, Copenhagen, Stockholm, and Helsinki. Contrary to the urban legend, the hotline did not see a red telephone placed on the respective leaders' desks. Instead, the first system used a telex link to type messages that would be decoded and translated by military interpreters at the other end prior to being forwarded to the country's commander-in-chief. The first message sent from Washington on 30th August 1963 ensured the keyboard and printer were working properly. It said, "The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. The first official message was sent from Washington on 22 November 1963 to report the assassination of President Kennedy. To ensure the system was functioning as intended for the rest of the time, text messages were originally sent every hour. The system now uses satellites to provide a secure email connection. The Moscow-Washington Hotline was also used during 1971 Indo-Pak War, during 1973 Arab-Israeli War, 1974 when Turkey invaded Cyprus, 1976 when Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan, and many other times. Recently used on October 31, 2016 to reinforce Barack Obama's warning that the US would consider any interference on election day as a grave matter.